공지사항 알려드립니다. 2021 여름 SAT 프로그램을 성황리에 마치고 새로운 2021 가을 SAT 프로그램이 다가오는 10월 9일부터 시작합니다. 이 프로그램은 12월 4일 SAT 시험을 목표로 둔 학생들을 위한 프로그램이라는 점 미리 알려드립니다. 학생들의 스케줄을 최대한 고려하여 수업은 매주 토요일, 일요일로 진행되며 매주 수요일에는 수업 이외로 학생들이 자유롭게 질문할 수 있는 수학, 영어 각각 2시간의 오피스 아워가 제공됩니다. 자세한 스케줄은 웹사이트 snap-sat.com을 통해 확인하실 수 있습니다. 혹여 봉사활동이나 특별활동 혹은 다른 개인적인 사정으로 인해 수업에 불참하게 되더라도 매번 수업의 녹화본이 메이크업 링크로 학생들에게 제공되기 때문에 학생 본인이 편리한 시간에 놓친 수업을 들을 수 있습니다. 해서 시간대가 맞지 않아 수업을 듣지 못하거나 혹은 주말에 타이트하게 수업을 하는 것이 부담이 되는 학생들 역시 본인의 페이스에 맞게 수업에 참여할 수 있습니다. 6주 혹은 8주 프로그램을 등록하실 수 있으며 6주와 8주의 유일한 차이점은 2주분의 수업을 더 듣느냐 마느냐의 차이일 뿐 수업 내용 등은 전체적으로 동일하다는 점 알려드립니다. 수학 부분은 제가 직접 수업을 진행하고 영어 부분은 저희 강사진 중 한 명인 레이 킴 선생님께서 도맡아 수업을 진행해 주십니다. 레이 선생님에 대한 간략한 소개 및 두 강사들의 샘플 강의 영상 링크들을 아래 설명란에 달아드릴 것이니 등록을 하시기 전에 꼭 자녀분과 함께 시청해 보시기 바랍니다. 학부모님들의 관심과 성원에 감사드리며 믿고 맡겨주시는 만큼 저와 레이 선생님 모두 차질 없이 준비할 수 있도록 최선을 다하겠습니다. 감사합니다.
My name is Hannah, and I go to Case Western Reserve University. I am a freshman in the nursing program. I've known Steven as a kid, but I think I guess formally met him to learn or do some SAT like studying, and from there just like family relations. And
family relations as in like, am I considered an uncle? Am I considered an oppa? You better really answer it correctly.
오빠.
왜 고민을 하지?
Because you have a kid now.
That's true. Okay, fine. You have a point.
First, I got into Pepperdine University, but the main reason I didn't go there was because there was no nursing major, and when I was applying for schools, I was debating between either like a bio major or a nursing major, but after I thought about it, I leaned more towards nursing, which is why I chose Case Western. I had a lot of waitlisted schools. Do I talk about those too?
Yeah, if you want, it's okay.
There are a few like Boston College, which was a school that I would probably have went to because of nursing as well. But I think when it came down to deciding, the main factor was just a good nursing program. I think for me was mainly like how we couldn't do like campus visits or more like interactive stuff, because I feel like when you choose schools, a big part is like the campus and like the community. Right. And you really don't know until you actually go there. So I guess that was one thing. And also just like little small things like getting letters of recs, like because you didn't meet your teachers for half of your junior year, basically all of your senior year, like it was hard to like, unless you like developed relationships like in sophomore year, like it was hard to get letter of recs. I think for me personally, I didn't really have much troubles with just quarantining, like being by myself. I think for me it was more relaxing and less stressful. Obviously balancing school while writing it was really hard, but I think it was better because school was online, because there's no travel time, there's no distractions with friends,
Right.
those like little stuff. I think the main thing is first get your homework done first. Because obviously you're a student and that is your priority, but just spend like, not even like, you don't need to spend like a lot of hours, but just a few hours out of your day, whether that just be like before you go to sleep, just think about like what to write. Maybe if you're in the writing process, maybe write a few like thoughts down or ideas down. So don't do it all at once, kind of separate it up and do it little by little so it can just build up into a good essay. I definitely think it did.
How so?
I think the main thing that was at a disadvantage for me was that they were not looking at SAT scores or just any type of scores that from like SAT, ACT, or subject tests. But I put in the effort starting from freshman year to do good on my SAT, which over time I built up and got a good score. And I also took subject tests and also got good scores on that. However, I feel like because colleges said that test scores were optional, most of the schools, they didn't really look at it. Yes, it was like another thing on top of it, but I feel like they mainly looked at like essays, supplements, and like grades.
So you're saying like a lot of people who perhaps didn't have scores like the way you did were still considered just as much because of the COVID, and perhaps maybe because also part of it is that you are played against the affirmative action. But there were more people who had advantage over you, even though they didn't have SAT scores. Okay.
I think definitely if it's SAT optional, there is a little bit of where it's hinting at like there will be a little bit of an advantage, I guess, if you do have a score, because it just shows that you put in the effort and it shows just what type of student you are. I guess regardless of the score, just putting in the effort to take it, I think, compared to a student with the same grades and somebody has an SAT score and somebody doesn't, the admission will most likely choose the one with the SAT score. I think that really depends on the school too, because there are like different I guess ranges of like SAT scores, and maybe for one, like for example Harvard, like a 1300 might seem very
low.
Yeah, very low. But maybe for like a easier college, I don't know, it would still work. Like just having the score would have the same effect, I guess.
Okay, so just look at the tiers. If it's like a high tier, mid tier, low tier, figure out if whether you turn it or not.
But obviously, I said regardless of score. But of course, score does matter, and it's really up to you to decide whether you think it will help you or not. But I think just taking the test and submitting your score is just a way to show like your effort. I feel like because my campus is sort of closed off, but also integrated with like, obviously it's not New York, but it doesn't really feel like Ohio either. Because obviously we have a downtown and it is the suburbs, but I don't think that really, although I was worried about it, it doesn't really affect me that much. Yeah.
Because mainly students spend their lives on the campus anyway, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely your main essay, because that's the essay that goes to every school. And so that should be the most representative of you, because some colleges don't have supplements. So that's just another way of saying you don't have that extra opportunity to show the school who you are and just appeal to the school. So it's definitely like the main essay is the most important part.
Okay, what would you say, just rough average, the total number of hours that was spent for you to come up and finalize with your main Common App essay? What would you say the lump sum total number of hours was just for that one essay?
Wow. Put a specific number to it. Like per week?
No, just like lump sum. Like I spent in the very grand total this many number of hours, probably on my main Common App essay.
Maybe like, I don't know if it's a stretch to say like 100 hours.
Okay, yeah, sounds fair, right?
Yeah,
all the writings, rewrites.
First, you have to write all your ideas, preparation process, and actually writing it, and then changing it, and then revising it, and then.
Right.
I mean, obviously, this question depends on what the person's priorities are, but I guess some other factors would be just the community. Like, is it safe? What's around? And also like classroom sizes. Depending on your own personality, like some people suit bigger classes, some people suit smaller classes.
How about food? Does it matter a lot?
I don't think it matters a lot, but actually it matters a little bit.
Okay.
Because in Cleveland, there's a lot of just American food, not that much Asian food, and I find myself craving it a lot. But it's not something that like what's it called, hinders my studying or academics or anything. But I guess obviously just having good food equals better mood. I guess for the students, I just want to say it will be worth it in the end. I know this process is very gruesome, and like most of the times you just want to just can I cuss in this?
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like I guess, in the process, sometimes you just want to bullshit the essay and just give up and just turn in what you wrote. But this is like a main, I guess, stepping stone. This is what determines the next 4 years of your life and what you go on to do for the rest of your life. It's very different from high school. It's where you're independent and make your own decisions. So it's a very big contrast, I guess. So the school you do choose is very important. Whether that be like specific to your major or just specific to the city or just the school itself. You just have a few more months. Once you get through this, I guess I just want to emphasize that it really does pay off in the end. For parents, I would say this is a very stressful process for kids. So definitely just don't scold them too much. When they need breaks, let them have their breaks, but also just be there to support them and just help them with, I guess, ideas or just with the essay process.
So they should keep their distance, but still mentally support whenever needed.
Yeah.
Interview's done.